Hey everybody, Chiron here, and welcome back to another episode of Factorio. So, to start things off, you can see I'm crafting up a couple of things down here. I've got some solar panels, some basic accumulators, and some substations. So, as you can probably imagine, we are going to go ahead and officially make our solar farm. So I just made a bunch of materials that I didn't really count anything out quite yet, but we'll see how far this will get us. And no, I still haven't moved these over because I'm lazy. But anywho, what I'm gonna do is I was kind of scouting around for an area that I can put these. They're pretty expensive, so I don't necessarily want to put them in harm's way, but at the same time, they shouldn't produce any pollution. The solar panel, the substation, or the accumulators, which I don't have in my inventory bar. Where did they go? Alright, so the accumulators, I don't think any of these actually produce pollution. So, I'm going to give it a try. We'll protect it with a couple of turrets here and see how it goes. First thing we're going to do is put in a substation. Now, I did do a tiny bit of research on this, just to kind of make sure that I wasn't doing anything out of the ordinary. That doesn't really look good, because the panel takes 3, and it's only 6 wide, so we can only kind of fill this area with a limited number. Let's see if we can maximize it. I don't necessarily think we'll be able to. Well, we'll have a little bit of room that we can put accumulators in. Alright, so let's take our accumulators, pop those in. That should actually work out pretty nicely. So I did take a look at design. There's like there's a design that you can make where you do like 10 accumulators for every 7 panels, and you do this weird array with 21 solar panels and etc, etc. But I'm not really too concerned about getting the max efficiency at the moment. I just kind of want to have a nice solar farm in place so we can reclaim some of this land. The accumulators we could probably leave for the time being. I just want to grab up these solar panels, because they take a lot of space and they're pretty ugly. And I definitely need to work on my exoskeleton this episode. Let's make one more curved pipe. I never remember where those are. We need iron plates. And just get this out of the way so I have a little bit easier time walking through. Alright. Can you walk between these? You can't. So once we get this in place, we're pretty much done. How many accumulators do we need yet? And how many can we make? We can make 1. So, should be able to fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we made 1. We need iron plates, so that's easy to get. Yeah, it didn't really drain those enough to be able to pick them up. Alright, so that should do. Yep, exoskeleton. It's gonna happen. Alright, so we've got almost all of these made. Just wait for the last one, because we can't place it from the outside. Get away from those for the noise factor. And boom. Alright, so this is, I think, a nice little solar panel array. It's pretty compact, kind of does its job. And that's a problem. Haha, perfect. Alright, so we can use the substation with the large poles to pull power off of them, which is good. Alright. And then let's put a large pole down here. Get a couple turrets in place. Should probably put some turrets here as well, just in case. So it's those are just pretty expensive. We don't want them destroyed. If nothing attacks us down there, as they don't produce any pollution, so I don't know why they would go after it. But if nothing gets attacked down there, we could probably reclaim a couple of those turrets. Alright, so got some rockets here, which is good. Rockets are awesome. And looks like we have something down here that needs to be repaired up. Alright, so that should take care of that. We freed up a bunch of space. Eventually we could probably just destroy those accumulators. I'm not too worried about the energy stored in them, but I don't want to destroy them if I don't have to. So we shall see. Now, exoskeleton is something I want to work on this episode. So we need 10 processing units, which we have, and we need 30 electric engine units. So we have our electric engine units being created. Started those at the end of the last episode. We need electric circuits. And this is one of our manual processes just because we don't need an infinite supply of them. So we'll grab some electric circuits here from our handy dandy chest. And we have a small problem that I found. We have light oil being created too quickly. So it's filled this storage tank entirely and it's not creating petroleum and heavy oil. So we need to use light oil faster. This is our light oil cracking, right? Light oil cracking. Yep. So let's create one more of these. And then we can put in another speed module. Hopefully that will use a sufficient amount. Let's see, what else can we do? We could put in a second processing plant. Somewhere. Let's see, where could we put that? Could put it up here. We'll see what the speed module does, if it's able to keep up, and then we'll find out if we need more. So it gets down to about 5, and then immediately starts again. It's honestly a little bit inefficient, but not too bad. Alright, let's make one more chemical plant. And then we can use that chemical plant to make more petroleum. We'll do... Let's see, we need water. We'll do that. And then we'll do light oil cracking. Light oil cracking. We'll do water. Boom, boom. And then we need to get light oil up here. So let's make a bunch of resources here. What are we doing over here? 6 more, we're up to 15. And we might as well do one of these guys. Let's see, we need some iron or iron gear. We're out of inserters, because we're always out of inserters. Alright. And then, what were we doing? This right here. We'll do you to there. We'll do you. And then I'm going to do that. Put in a pipe from there to there. There to there. Boom. Alright, so makes it a little bit tough to get around here now, but not much we can do about it. It'll work. It actually kind of looks like an actual oil refinery. If you've ever seen an oil refinery, like pictures of them, they're absolutely massive and just an absolute chaos of pipes. They're actually pretty fascinating to look at, just how much engineering goes into them. Alright, so we do have a little bit that's building up here, which is nice, because then our petroleum reserves will never be really depleted. It's not building up too incredibly quickly, but that's going at all times. This one is going. This is emptying, so this should be going 100%. Alright. That's what we were looking for. Now that should increase, yeah. So look at our plastic production now. It's nice and consistent. So we need half a sulfuric acid, 2 advanced circuits, and then 20 electric circuits. We need 2 electric circuits here. So it looks like electric circuits are going to be our bottleneck. Because they're all going to there. That I don't want. so let's put in a splitter instead. And we'll move this here. Pour it up. There we go. Now, why are you doing that? So that one goes over, that one should go through, that one goes over, that one goes through. Okay. For a minute there, I thought it was taking all of them and putting them over here. Alright, so that should give us a little bit more electric circuit supply going to those guys. And we can keep up on our advanced circuits. And we're doing here 16 because you're out of engine units. Engine units need iron pipes. Alright. So that should get that going just a little bit longer. And then we should be good to go. Why don't I limit this just so that it doesn't use up all of our materials here. Actually, I do have to manually put in the electronic circuit, so that will limit it as well. Alright, so how are we doing on... Oh yeah, processing units. Plenty, plenty, plenty. Small pump. Alright, so we could potentially make the fusion reactor at one point. Alright, so we need electronic circuits here. Just going to give them a little bit of a helping hand. They're not getting iron because we're not feeding it with iron. This is a pretty compact area. Why don't we use another logistics chest? So provides its contents. So I'm going to replace that and replace that. We'll change this out for a regular inserter. And then we'll limit that to that much. And we need this to be iron. And there we go. So, it's not the fastest in the world. Oh, yeah, so let's take that back so we can check out to see if it's able to keep up. I'm guessing it's not going to be able to. Copper coils are a problem, so let's do this. Get copper coils going a little bit faster. And I think that'll be okay. Once we upgrade our logistics robots a little bit more, actually we could probably just make more. Need advanced circuits and flying robot frames, which we need engine units for. And I don't want to use any of our engine units until we get our exoskeleton complete. We just need advanced circuits. Alright, so we do have blue bottle production consistent. It's got the materials except for that top one. Is that going to make it all the way through? It's not. But looks like our assembly line is a little bit faster now, so that's definitely good. Yeah, boy. Did we get through? Oh, we'll have to take the long way every time. But not a big deal. Let's see. Refill you. And how are we doing here? 26. Almost there. Electric circuits are doing good. They're stacking up nicely. And then once it gets to this point, it should put all of the materials over here. So then all of the overflow after this is going to go into the chest, which is going to be nice. Let's do just a little bit of cleanup here. We don't need this anymore. We can just swap that out for... Actually, we don't even need this conveyor anymore. And my pickaxe is almost broken. Should probably think about making a new one. Alright, so we can reclaim all of this good stuff. Get a couple inserters, because I'm always running out. It seems. I can actually pull all of this up. And there we have it. Why don't these have power? Alright. So it looks like we're operating at a deficit. What's... Oh, man. Oh, or put in a ton of electric furnaces. So... And we took out our solar panels. That we're keeping those charged. Let's put in another solar array. We'll do it right here. I think it was 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we do have a substation. Put in a large pole to bring the power out. Grab up as many accumulators as we can. We need 8. How many accumulators do we actually have right now? And why can I not find them? Oh, wait. So we have 8 accumulators already, so we're good there. We need to make some more solar panels. So we'll just get all of those made up. Alright. And then as we make new solar panels, we can just add it to the grid. Perfect. Alright, so research is going way, way, way faster now, which is awesome. That's fantastic news. That should be done now. And what do we want to do? We want to do logistics, robot, cargo size. 300. Or speed for 150. %. So we can increase their carrying capacity by 50% or increase their speed by 45%. For half the cost and twice the speed. Let's do this one. It will get us this research twice as fast because it has to research half as much. And then we can do the other one after. So we can get started on the speed upgrade, get them moving faster while it's taking the long process to do the other research. Alright, so we've got our basic exoskeleton in production. It makes me super happy. Okay, so we've got a couple more solar panels here as well. Let's go ahead and place these down so they can start working for us. And our exoskeleton is created. So let's see if we can find some room for it. It's 2 by 4 and it's tall. We're gonna have to get rid of a battery for sure. Maybe 2 batteries. Yep, gonna have to get rid of 2 batteries. I'd rather have our solar panels here recharging us. So our batteries have been full for pretty much all of the time. We don't use that much power. I'd rather that they get charged up faster. Oh yeah, look at that. 30% speed boost. Ah, we needed that. We needed that so bad. Alright, we'll come over here, get that repaired. Alright, so it's no longer yelling at us. Good to go. Alright, let's see, we have 100 rockets. We've got our rocket launcher. We could probably use poison capsule. We could probably use a couple of those capsules. I think that might be a good idea. So that we can start taking out some of these nests. Okay. Let's grab some copper here. And make a couple more of these. I don't want to steal any of the advanced circuits, just because they're just in such high demand. But we shall do them in our personal crafting inventory, because we're not really using it for anything right now. Alright. So I think we're doing pretty good here. Did we run out of repair packs? Nope. We didn't, but we are running low, so might as well get them created. Man, look at this line here of corpses. All those lobbers. That's potentially problematic. Alright, did we create any more solar panels? We did not. And I don't think, I'm guessing those need to be created by the... Oh, I am out of power already. Wow, the exoskeleton uses up a ton of power. So this is why we need our more advanced power armor. How are we actually doing on that? I don't think we have it researched, right? So, power armor, where is it? Here it is. We need efficiency module 3 and speed module 3. And those require alien science packs. One, two, three. Space is limited here. Alright, so what I figured out is I want to do another one of these here. We'll put another power pole in, and then I need to move this. Alright, we could put a conveyor there, we could put an inserter there. We'll do a logistics chest here with batteries. Actually, we don't need to do that, we could just do 200. We'll grab all of our batteries out of here. So that will put batteries on that side of the conveyor. Then we can do our conveyor back. Put in one of you. And that should get us taken care of here. So we'll change this over to the blue science packs. We'll put in a couple of inserters. Nope. Need to do this backwards. So we'll need to do you, batteries. There we go. And then we need to figure out how we're going to get these science packs up. That is the age-old question. Alright, redo it. We're gonna do that with that and that with batteries filled, and then we'll do that. Do a medium pole there. A long inserter. Heh, figured it out. So, got one more assembly machine working to produce blue bottles for us. I think we could honestly probably work on another speed module. We could do the level 2 speed modules for that guy. And I think that would pretty much do it for blue bottle production. So what do we need for level 2 speed modules? We need 4 level 1 speed modules and processing, the advanced circuits. So why don't we get some of these created? We're at time right about now. So we have that, and we need copper. I think we still have some copper left over here. So I'm just going to make as many of these as I can. Oh, we need processing units. That's a problem. But not that big of a deal. We've got 130 of them. So yeah, our processing unit production line is tip-top. Alright, how are we doing over here for engine units? 24 engine units. Perfect. We'll get some more pipes in production. So petroleum is building up, actually, so we're producing more than we're using. Light oil is going down. We're looking good here. We're looking just fine. We do have a couple more logistics robots we can pop in there. Did not make any new solar panels at all, which is fine. Not a big deal. But yeah, so we should be able to get a couple of these level 2 speed modules. We can toss those in here. We need some level 3 speed modules to be able to make our power armor Mark II anyway, so we might as well. Smart chest. Interesting. Not sure what all that's for. I think we're pretty much covered with the blue and the red chests that we have, so we'll probably tackle that another time, figure out what those are for. Alright. So, yeah, I think that'll do it. Yeah. So next episode, what are we going to work on? I think next episode we're just going to continue to work on getting everything. I think we need to do blue bottle production. Like, we need more. We need more. So, yeah, we need more. So, blue bottle production next episode should be a good time. So, thanks for coming out, everybody, and see ya next time.